I had some discussions about this yesterday. So here's some more real estate, folks. A little bit more real estate. We're here to see that Daniel Foch said, as I mentioned over a year ago, the condo sector would need a bailout. Canada's banks stepped in to de-risk the sector and provide liquidity because the government wouldn't for obvious reasons. The Toronto Star. So we're not going to be able to see this because I'm not paying for this garbage. Real estate developers and one major bank offering blanket appraisals in scramble to something. To save pre-construction deals. Okay, I got it. I read it. I saw it. Did you see it? This punishes the pre-con speculators everyone hates so much because they have to honor their contracts and are now stuck in a cash flow and equity negative deal. But now the critics hate the banks instead. Okay, so what happened is RBC. Is it RBC or CIBC? One of those two banks, I think it's RBC, offered blanket appraisals on new condos for appraisals that they did years ago. And so what they're doing basically is they're saving their construction loan and they're pushing the risk, or they're spreading the risk. They're pushing the risk onto the end user. So the investor that said, I'm going to pay $1,600 a square foot for this little tiny thing that everybody's going to want later, and signed a contract on, the bank has stepped in and said, don't worry about an appraisal. There's a blanket appraisal.
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean you don't know what a blanket appraisal is? You don't know what a blanket appraisal is? Okay, I'm going to fill you in. A blanket appraisal is when the bank says, don't worry about the appraisal. You know the price that you bought it at? We're going to give you that as the appraisal. Whatever you paid is the appraisal. You know why? Because we lent these guys $150 million to build the building. And if you don't close, I'm not going to get my money. Because if you don't close and all these other people don't close, there's going to be a lot of problems. We don't need to get an appraiser involved. We've got this thing. It's called a blanket appraisal. We're going to transfer. Okay, we're gonna say, don't worry about it. I know it feels like you were stupid, but we've got you here. We told you we were gonna give you the loan before, and we're gonna give you the loan. I know. We're nice guys.
Nice people.
We're gonna give you the blanket appraisal. We're gonna give you the money, and you're gonna figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, there's enough equity in there that will take over the unit. That part, you're not supposed to have heard. You're not supposed to have heard that part. And they don't really want to do that part, I don't think. But they'll do it if they have to. But what'll happen is the investor now will have to figure out a way to get maximum rent and keep the unit occupied and sell it at some other point. Or at some other point, they're going to take a hit and sell the thing and make the bank whole. That is the idea. But what it does do is it allows the bank to release the construction loan, which is gigantic. And so at the very least, what is happening right now is if you're a good developer and you have a good balance sheet, if you're not one of these little rinky-dinky guys that are about to go out of business, right? If you're a good builder and you got a good balance sheet, then you may have a chance of getting an inventory loan. And an inventory loan also helps bail out the bank from their construction loan. So it's like, close everybody that'll close. Get them all done, and we're going to give you a loan for whatever's left until you sell it off, as soon as you can. And they want to do that because they don't want to just fire sale everything to, finish the deal, because that'll get all kinds of other people pissed off and suing them and all kinds of other issues. This is what we've got going on. We got blanket appraisals and we got those kind of shenanigans going on out there to help, I guess, prop up, shall we say, the pre-construction market that needs some help.